This is Baby Cakes, and it's the episode that I guess is going to force me to start calling these two Baker characters by their actual names. Because, the entire family is named something Cake. The daddy's Carrot Cake, the mom is Cupcake, and now they've just had two new babies, Pound Cake and Pumpkin Cake. And, Pound Cake because his gimmick is pounding things, and Pumpkin Cake because I have no idea. Her gimmick is chewing on things that aren't supposed to be chewed on. But okay. Anyway, this episode, the quick run through starts out. They have these two new babies. Pound Cake is a Pegasus, and Pumpkin Cake is a unicorn. Even though the two parents are neither, they have distant relatives that are both of the above. And then everyone's really affectionate over them, but Pinkie Pie in particular is over the moon. She doesn't seem to grasp the concept of babies. She just thinks she has two cute little new playmates to go to town with. I mean, she is now just dropping by every day to play little baby games with them. And I mean, she doesn't seem to grasp the concept of babies, but even so, the parents kind of seem to like having her around. They think it's cute, just how much she enjoys playing with the babies, and just how sweet she is with them, how into it she gets. But then they remember that they had to do something at the last minute, deliver an order from the bakery. So, and Pinkie Pie is still kind of their last choice to babysit for these babies, which of course means that she's the only one available. And actually, from my point of view, from what we've seen from her, I still don't know if that justifies choosing her, because I mean, I think this is her first episode since that Party of One bit. So, but okay, even so, they choose Pinkie Pie, and so of course, I mean, she wanted to do it. She was asking them to pick her all along, and I mean, she's all looking forward to it, and she's gonna learn, of course, that it's a lot of responsibility because the parents leave. And then it's all hijinks from here on out. Just the babies getting into all kinds of mischief, and they're crying whenever everything goes wrong. And then Pinkie Pie, her only maneuver that seems to help anything is to dump a sack of flour on her head. She discovers this one by accident. But just turning herself white seems to cheer them up. But they flood the bathroom. They get out of the diaper change. They fight her on that one. They break into all the toys, and then it goes into overload. The unicorn baby Pumpkin Cake, she starts getting bursts of magic, accidentally, that Twilight did warn them about. But then the other baby, Pound Cake, turns out he can fly already, even though he's just a baby. And pretty sure that even Scootaloo can't fly yet. Let's say that, whatever. But the baby can fly, so Pinkie Pie is in even more mischief than she bargained for, and it just goes on until she breaks down, and then the babies feel bad for her now that she's crying even louder than they were, so they do this sack of flour gag for her to cheer her up, and I mean, they reconcile, and so Pinkie Pie cleans up while they nap, and she's done a great job now, so they offer her the position on a more permanent basis. And actually, she was going to turn them down on that until they say their first words in their sleep, which are Pinkie Pie. So now, she's hooked. She doesn't even get to apply the lesson of the episode about biting off more than you can chew, because she's just been we've reigned. She's trapped. There's nothing she can do. But anyway, so basically, this is another episode that takes a very simple concept and just throws everything at it. This just goes all in, thinks of every gag it can to fill up the scenario. It actually tries so hard, I think, that it actually goes a little too far a couple of times. Like, there's this one bit where Pinkie Pie, who still doesn't understand how babies work, tries to cheer them up with stand-up comedy, which was actually pretty funny at first until she gets to her showstopper, which is to strap a plastic pig snout on and sing a song about just being a pig. definitely didn't get that one. Like, they cut to a shot where the two babies are staring at her like, well, I mean, and it plays like, yeah, unfortunately, Pinkie Pie, you just can't expect the babies to get that one. But I mean, no, I'm on their side. I don't get it. Like, I mean, was that just supposed to be an animation gag? Like, all you have to do is cover Pinkie's mouth with a pig nose, and her nose with I guess, yeah, just her nose with a pig nose, and she looks just like it. She fits the bill. I mean, I just don't think it worked. It was a very strange moment. But there's that. There's the diaper change gag with Pinkie Pie wasn't really funny. And what the bit where they where the babies just disappear out of their crib and they play it like a horror movie with the dark extended hallways and Pinkie Pie looking around all scared as shadows rush by her. That was another moment that was just kind of strange. I mean, I guess that was actually kind of creative, kind of fun, but it was also just strange. So, okay, yeah, there's that. But otherwise, I think it's actually a lot of fun. It's just all very silly and innocent and just fun-loving goofiness. And, I mean, there's all the way through, really. I mean, except for those specific moments that, like I said, where Pinkie Pie starts trying to tell them stand-up comedy jokes. It was fun, and where she runs over and like does the symbol for herself, and yeah, which seems like a basic gag, but then they, as the babies are crying at that, she says, "Wow, tough crowd," and then she cuts back to herself in the same scene answering her "Tell me about," which another one of those jokes I can't do justice, but I mean that's what you get from this episode. Just a lot of jokes flying by, like a gag a second that, I mean, are clever, you know, but I mean, they, it's all, I mean, you almost have, it's not even a verbal gag, it's just like a visual thing that's better seen than explained, but most of them, I mean, are visual gags like that. And then at the end, when the babies just start tapping into their powers, it just has, like, a freak out of visual comedy, just like Pinkie Pie getting dragged all over the house by baby pound cake and shoved through stuff, and pound cake, where she starts using her magic in kind of inventive ways, like Pinkie Pie's last resort is to strap them down, like turn a playpen upside down on them and tape it to the floor, and pound cake actually phases through it, like she pulls off some magic tricks we haven't even seen so far. So I mean, that was fun. And I mean, Pound Cake, he's just supposed to be the resilient guy who likes to slap things. So I mean, no playpen's holding him down either. But so yeah, that's a lot of fun. But I mean, also though, you know, well, I mean, it doesn't completely just cut ties to reality or to the moral it's trying to teach and just go crazy. Like, it does also weave sort of impressively between the just comedy and the more cute sort of not exactly serious, but well, the moments that are trying to, I guess, accomplish something other than laughs. I mean, it makes sure that side is still present. Like Pinkie Pie, I mean, does learn her lesson at the end. The moment at the end where she's just breaks down in tears because I mean she's totally helpless to stop this, and the twins actually feel bad and they come over to cheer her up. That was a very cute, sweet little moment. So that was well done. Moment where Twilight stops by because she doesn't think Pinkie Pie's going to be able to handle it, and yeah, she's freed up her schedule. She didn't have time to do the whole job, but now she's ready to help. And I mean, it's Pinkie Pie's really grateful to see her until Twilight implies that Pinkie Pie can't handle it, and she throws her right out. I mean, that, I guess paints the picture of where Pinkie Pie's at mentally here, and she tries to knuckle down there, and it works for about 30 seconds until the twins escape again. So, yeah, there's that. And then, how good is it at reining in the comedy, keeping the other side into it? This is the first story I've seen in a long time, if I've ever seen this before, where that doesn't shy away from a diaper change, that has the dad do it, and that doesn't play it for comedy. Like, the dad, Carrot Cake, he volunteers for the diaper change, and they don't, like, play. That's the other thing about this episode. It really doesn't use gross out humor other than diapers stink. But I mean, even that's even where it cuts it off there. That no gross out humor. And yeah, the dad changing the diaper. That's not played for comedy. He's just being a good dad, and that is really not something you see ever. But, they do that. The dad, he just gets to be a good dad, and like both parents too, they emphasize how much responsibility this takes. Like they actually sort of tag team taking care of the babies, and I mean they're both just being good parents, doing a good job. And I mean it's when Pinkie Pie steps in and has to realize that how much responsibility it really is, and like what that's like if you're not cut out for it. That's where the comedy comes in. But I mean, like I said, the responsibility angle, what it takes, that still comes through as well. And I mean, I think that, you know, for little kids who might end up with new baby brothers or sisters, that's appropriate. That is helpful. So, okay, all in all, I think they just did a good job here. And then, good comedy, good moral, and just, for the most part, a pretty good delivery. So, okay, all in all. And I mean, I can see how this would be annoying to some people. Like I said, when Pinkie Pie does the diaper gag, it's really not funny. And I mean, because basically it's expected. It's a very typical gag. Like she has to wrestle them into place to do the diaper change while she's trying not to faint from being grossed out. And then when the dust settles, both diapers are somehow on her. It's very predictable, but okay, no, like that's. I think there were only a few isolated incidents like that. Otherwise, it's a sweet episode. It's an episode that really has fun getting into the gags and does a good job, and it's just very well done overall. So good one. I'll say that much, but I'll give it that to that extent. And let's see, the next one is the last roundup. So sounds like an Applejack episode, and I'll see you then.